My first impressions of the Logic rail made by Ballistic Advantage. Well, first of all, it's great that they got rid of the big Logic logo. These are, I believe, still made by Aero Precision, although it's shipped out of Florida, which they did in a timely manner despite the hurricane. I think it's October 20th today, so I just got this a couple of days ago. It took me a couple of days to open it because I've been so disappointed in the last couple of years by gun parts that I just don't feel like opening them when they arrive. It's heavy. With no hardware, it's 10.3 ounces, and you feel it. You look through here, and it starts with the radius, and then goes into these flats. Same kind of thing going on down in here on both sides. And I think it's kind of goofy how they copied the lightning cut from the, everything but the first land, from Aero Precision. But before seeing that, I would have expected them to drill some holes up here. So it's like a way heavier version of the Aero. And I don't have one handy, but I'm not sure they really share a lot besides the lockup. One thing I've read online is that in tests where they mount a laser on this and then kind of deflect it and see how far off the point of impact is, they see that these aren't great, or at least they were talking about the Aero. And I don't know if I believe it because I think the mounting is really secure. And, well, I don't want to get too into that here, but it's like a turnbuckle wedge and it's almost like a Morse taper. It grabs so tight, even just tightening it by hand with the key, that when you loosen the turnbuckle, you have to almost tap the wedges out to disengage from the nut. Let's see if I get a weight on the nut too. .4 ounces. So you are already at 11.7. I think you're right, about 12 with everything. Now the reason I bought this, I have two free-floated guns, one with a BCM handguard, one with CMT. BCM is really nice, super, super lightweight. I mean, it's incredible in the hand. And I got this Picatinny rail gauge, which measures one particular dimension. And I mean, if it's the wrong shape, it probably wouldn't fit through here at all. And I've been hoping that this will help me figure out why neither the BCM nor the CMT will center front sights from either Magpul, Troy, or LWRC. One of them passes, one of them fails. They have the same left bias of the sight, which suggested to me that the rail was too narrow, right? So this would like pull it in. Well, because the same sight centers on my Aero receiver, I was hoping it would center on this, and it does. You know, without clamping, but I did it earlier. It seems to the naked eye completely on center. And I also thought it would pass the gauge. And I got two of these here. I bought a pair, one for each of the rifles. So I get those sights centered. Go to the max here. It'll fit from the rear. I'm kind of afraid to mar it up. I don't want to slide it all the way down to see how far it goes. But on both of the rails, the front of the handguard doesn't seem to be even close to fitting in here. It's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but it's, you know, if I hook it on, if I hook it on one side, you can see interference there. So I don't know what that's about. It's not a deal breaker, as long as the sight centers. I mean, if mine had on the other rails, I wouldn't have even had this gauge, but I would have been more impressed if the gauge passed. To hell with it. That's as far as it went. Definitely not going past that. I need to stop rushing these, right? Like, I make 3 videos or more, out of which should be 1. As far as first impressions go, it could be a disservice not to point this out. See it right there? So I think it's because of the way the machining out. There's a little burr there too. on the face. So anyway, it's not cleaned up thoroughly before the anodizing. If I tap that down now or file it down, it's either gonna obviously remove if I file, or if I tap it, it's gonna crack the anodizing right in that spot, and I'll be trying to touch it up. It's an angry little fucking burr.